All praises to Yahweh. All praises to Yahweh Shai. All praises for Rakah HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops of Great Millstone that have been and continue to teach the true gospel. Salute to the Akim, spreading the true gospel on the streets and lanes of the city, on the highways and hedges, and on the World Wide Web. Much love to you, Homo Aqua, who learn science with all subjection and are in righteous order under the men of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. This is the brother Raza from the Church of Philadelphia camp. And hey, Lord just put in my spirit, to go into Yahweh Shai, you know, and understand that Yahweh sent his beloved son down on the earth to sup with us, right? And he was made lower than the angels. He was made as a man, and he was made to suffer for our sakes, you know. And Yahweh, told us to hear ye him, listen to Yahweh Shai. And what are some of the things that Yahweh Shai said? That's written in red letters. One of the things he said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And here you got everybody else claiming something else when he let you know what it is. This is what it is. I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Right? That's it. And who was lost? Israelites. Other Israelites were lost. So much so that the southern kingdom, uh, under the under Judah's rulership, right, called them Gentiles and didn't want anything to do with them. But are you gonna listen to the Sadducees and Pharisees of the southern kingdom talking about the lost sheep, or are you gonna listen to Yahweh Shai? Who did Yahweh tell us to listen to? It is that simple. What else did Yahweh Shai say? He said, you know, I came not to destroy the law or the prophets. Not one jot or one tittle shall no wise pass from the law until all be fulfilled. And they get confused with what the fulfillment. The bottom line is, he said he came not to destroy the law. That's it. That's why Malachi says, I change not. Therefore, you sons of Jacob aren't consumed. But Jake want to get deep and basically want to provide his own uh, understanding when these things are plain and simple. He didn't come to destroy the law. So the laws are still in effect. And we have to follow it to the best of our abilities, because keeping laws is not going to save you. Faith, having the faith and following Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to save us. Faith and works. But we can't think that in this wicked kingdom that we can keep the law perfectly. Because if you offend one, yeah, you offend them all. So let's not be so high-minded and so proudful to think that we can do what Yahweh Shai said you wouldn't be able to do, which is why he was sent to die on the cross for our sins, to be that perfect sacrifice. Because here you had Jake uh, committing premeditated sin and getting ready for the sacrifice so they can go ahead and make that provision. No, that's that's off. And so for for us to not understand that the laws that were meant for um, life and having that life more abundantly, right? I mean, let's just go into the dietary law. That's written because we weren't supposed to eat abominable foods that would cause all this sickness and illness to our holy temple. Why would that be done away with when that animal or whatever food we ingest is not good for the body? Why would that all of a sudden be done away with? Doesn't make sense. You're talking about a righteous way of living, and you just go ahead and do away with it. We are a sick people. If we think that Yahweh Bashim Shai would do away with a righteous, the right way of living, how does that make sense to you? Well, I know because Yahweh done use you as a sign of wickedness, a sign that you just can't get right, because that's just sheer stupidity to think that Yahweh Bashim Shai is going to do away with something righteous and was meant for for life, not death and destruction, but life. Who would do away with that? Nobody in their right mind, you know? And what else did Yahweh Shai say? He said, when I come back, I'm not going to meet you as a man, you know? And hmm, those that won't serve me, what he's going to, he got something special for him, death and destruction. But he's not coming back with strawberry shortcake and ice cream. No, he coming back with a sword, you know? Hmm. And so all this that is happening in the world is for the controversy of Zion, you know? And it is evident. And if you got that spiritual eye soft, you can see it. That hey man, we in the last seconds of this thing. And if you can't see it, you weren't meant to see it. So it is what it is. Now, let me pull some of these precepts that I mentioned so that you know you can be sure of what's happening. It says Matthew 15:24, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Yeah, his missions, Yahweh's mission focus on the people of Israel. Come on. It's that simple. So if you're not smart, get smart. Because it's helping you out right there. His, his mission, Yahweh's mission, focus on the people of Israel. It was only for the people of Israel. Because when did he talk about another nation, a people? It's not hard, you know? And let's get the other one. That's in 5. Matthew 5, 28, 18. It says, verily I say unto you, till heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall no wise pass from the law, till all be fulfilled. Not one jot or one tittle. And why would it? It's a perfect way of life. Why would you don't change perfection? It makes no sense. What are these people saying? Let's see. Hmm. Yeah. Probably go for this crazy Wikipedia. But yeah. So let's get into this book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse 5. It says, while he yet spake, and he was talking to Peter, James, and John, how I was, right? Behold, a bright cloud overshadowed them. And behold, a voice out of the cloud which said, this is my beloved Son, that's Yahweh, the Most High, in whom I am well pleased. Hear ye him. And Yahweh told you he came to do the Lord's bidding, not his own. You know? So who are we to try to twist simple, plain words? And I tell you, wicked people will try to do that. You know? And hey, that's where that judgment is coming. You know? Because Yahweh said again, he's not going to come, you know, well, let's pull it. Matter of fact, let's pull it when he says, basically that he ain't coming to bring, uh, uh, you know, how they got the angels with like they Cupid, shooting hearts. She want to play with the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, you know. So we all in Matthew today. .34, it says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. You know, so all this confusion and stuff that's going on, right? Hmm. Hey, we go up. It says, whoever, 32, whosoever therefore shall confess me before men, him will I confess also before my Father which is in heaven. But whosoever shall deny him will I also deny before my Father which is in heaven. You know, think not that I come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword. For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. And a man's foes shall be they of his own household. And that's the truth. He that loveth father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. And he that loveth son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. So yeah, we gotta, hey, the number one thought and action is to obey the law, statutes, and commandments. And it says, and he that taketh not his cross, you know, because we're going to go through persecution, we're going to go through suffering, but we got to follow after Yahweh Bashim Shai. It says, and follow not after me is not worthy of me. So yeah, if you can't take what Esau, Edom, and everybody else is giving you, and you fold hey, then you're not worthy to be saved. That's what Yahweh Bashim Shai is saying, right? So, hey, we're going through tribulations. The Yahweh Shai is putting us through the fire right now. And I know myself and many brothers is going through it. But hey, we got to keep pushing through to show our faith and stand 10 toes down in this adversity. Because that's what Esau Edom wants to do. He wants to break you down so you can deny Yahweh Bashim Shai. That's his goal. He's wicked. And he takes our people right along with him. Right? So with that, I want to say, call on Yahweh Bashim Shai, Bahashem Rakah Kadash, Lord willing, I was edifying to the elect. Until next time, Shalom.